This week, I thought I'd look at a group of birds I haven't talked too much about. The Auks. First up, the more well known of the group, the Puffin. As with most Auks, they have a black upper body and white underparts. It's a large colourful bill, white cheek patches and orange feet. Next is the razorbill. Distinguished most by its blunt flat bill, which also possesses white horizontal and vertical lines. And unlike the puffin, it has black feet. And also unlike the puffin, it nests on cliffs rather than burrows. Now, not a breeder on Skerries, but a regular sight, the Guillemot. As you can see, as this Guillemot rafts with these puffins, it looks more similar to a razorbill. And like the razorbill, it nests on cliffs. However, it's more of a dark brown than a black, as well as a more longer and pointed beak. A much rarer sight on the Skerries is the black Guillemot. Very similar to a Guillemot, except slightly smaller, is almost entirely black apart from white patches on its wings and red feet. And lastly, the Great Auk. Its similarity to the razorbill is due to them being close relatives. However, it grew up to 70 centimeters tall and completely flightless, only ever coming to land to breed, which is on rocky islands not unlike the Skerries. Also in the breeding season it developed white patches on its head. In Wales they named it Whitehead after these patches. In Welsh this is pronounced as pen gwyn, and it's not hard to see how an unrelated flightless marine bird from the southern hemisphere got its name. Despite its broad range across the North Atlantic, it also is known as Britain's dodo. Like terns, it nested in huge colonies, making it vulnerable to large-scale persecution by humans. It went extinct in 1852. In the decades that followed, terns were also under the same threat of extinction. Their feathers were popular accessories for hats, and nests were raided by egg collectors. But lessons had been learned from the extinction of the Great Auk. People rallied to the defence of wildlife, saving many species including the terns in the process. Some of these campaign groups eventually went on to form the RSPB itself. This is just one example of how we can save wildlife when we all band together.
So, the story of the Skerries is at the start of the 20th century there were around 10,000 terns on the island. Most of these are Arctic, however there's a few hundred common and roseate pairs amongst these two. Now, by the 50s the terns had abandoned the island. No one's quite sure why, but it's believed that it was due to rodents. By the 80s they did start returning. These were most of the common and Arctic ones, and the roseates did make a few attempts to breed, but there's been no successful ones since 2006.
We currently have a population of around 3,000 breeding pairs of terns. To find this out we carry out a clutch count similar to the gulls. As usual, we mark the nest with pasta. To count the whole colony it takes 3 days.
If muck's for luck, then I'm lucky. So lucky.
The terns dread the colony again. And this time it's no mere pigeon causing a false alarm. A peregrine falcon. Lucky enough for the terns, a gull was on the menu today.
There's the Isle of Man.
And here we have photographic proof of the legendary sea serpent of the Skerries. Or you should say, seal serpent. Anyway, good news for Max as he's been attracting females to his territory. Hopefully he'll be able to impress one enough for them to partner up with him.
So, once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!